What is going on, everyone? I'm Jada Black. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. Welcome to another edition of my blogcast where I speak on different topics that I find interesting. And today we're going to talk about reality TV star Nene Leakes and her older husband, Gregg, who she's been with for a while. And now it seems like their situation is in a crossroads, because apparently they had recently talked about getting into an open relationship. And I'm going to get to why that's important, but it was a part of the Real Housewives of Atlanta show, which she became famous for. And Gregg apparently was talking to another woman. She found out about it, confronted him about it, and made it into a big deal, even though she'd been one of the main catalysts for an open relationship. I'm going to tell you how manipulative women like Nene are. Nene has a very strong personality. She's an alpha female. You know, Gregg is very much so a, beta male. He's a guy who's willing to take a back seat to his wife. Even though financially he supported her before she got on reality TV, she controls that situation. And when I look at just the history and the background, everything that's going on, she's the type of person who's very manipulative with her words. You know, she has this attitude of she's going to be happy either way. And I'm going to get to this article from page 6, but I want to say this. If you don't want to be with Gregg, just let Gregg go. Gregg is 63. He just came off of dealing with cancer. He don't want to be alone. He don't want to be single. He chose to marry you for a reason. This is why, a lot of times when it comes to marriages, man, a lot of men don't leave, especially a lot of older men. I think Gregg is very happy and content to be with her, but he wants and that's the saddest thing about it, man. Looking at this article, man, allegedly he's texting a woman who works at Nene's one of Nene's stores, right? And he wants to build a companionship with somebody because he's lonely. She's in New York. He's in Georgia. First off, if you think Nene doesn't have other men that she's dealing with, you're sadly mistaken. Okay. But you got women out here who are very good liars. They're very good manipulators. And I think that Nene is only with Gregg because of the storyline. She knows that if she leaves Gregg, she's not going to have much of a storyline, because Gregg is not going to sit up there and go back and forth with her on the show. So he's willing to just play the married man to Nene, who is the alpha female of the relationship, who controls it. He's allowed her to control it, and that's where they are at. Now, according to this page 6 article, it says Nene and Gregg Leakes relationship drama will unfold on the Real Housewives of Atlanta this season, but page 6 has learned new details about their alleged inappropriate relationships ahead of the couple's storyline about an open marriage. On Monday, Nene, who's 51, appeared to open up about the couple's infidelities on the Lip Service podcast. That's the best place to go, huh? Saying it's fine with her if Gregg, who's 63, steps out on their marriage as long as I don't find out about it. If Gregg wanted to be with somebody else, with somebody right now, I would say go right on, she said. Why am I going to try and keep him from doing something that he wants to do? Then I have to make a choice myself if I want to stay with him or not. And I probably would stay with him. I do what I want. I'm in New York, he's in Georgia, so whatever he's doing, I don't need to know about it. So wasn't that what he was trying to do with the woman that he was texting for companionship? Not that he was, sleeping with her, moving her in, but the way you reacted, Nene, it lets me know that this whole open marriage thing is more your idea to alleviate your guilt than anything else. An insider exclusively told us that Nene began seeing a man named Rodney back in May of 2019 while she was launching her swag boutique store at the MGM National Harbor Resort and Casino in Oxon Hill, Maryland last summer. She spends a lot of time in Maryland, not only because of this boutique, but also because of her side guy, the source said, claiming that Nene alleged lover would pick her up from the store, take her out to nice dinners, and the pair would dance the night away at clubs inside the casino. That's very romanticized. You know, it seemed like something she probably would tell somebody. She flaunts her relationship with him around openly like they're together, the source said. Rodney's full identity is unknown, but we're told that he is from Maryland and works for the federal government. However, a separate source who works at Felt, a nightclub inside MGM National Harbor, said that the Real Housewives of Atlanta star only brought one man to the venue when she was a staple at the resort. Most of the time, she comes in with a couple of girlfriends, no one famous. Source says she did come in once with her husband. She said it was her husband. A source confirmed that Gregg was the same man Nene introduced as her husband. Says Nene's relationship with Gregg appeared to be a hot topic among employees at Swag Boutique. Nene allegedly told her employees that she and Gregg were actually separated. Nene has not announced to the media or her fans that she and Gregg have split. Of course, because she still wants to be a part of the show. And she knows that she wouldn't be on that show anymore if her and Gregg were over, because I don't see Gregg getting on there and arguing and fussing with her. She really wouldn't have any storyline, especially if they broke up and she got with somebody else, you know? Let's see. The reality star only alluded to marital troubles in season 11 reunion when she admitted they considered divorce. The couple had just come off a difficult period in which Nene struggled to take care of Gregg while he battled stage 3 colon cancer. That's because Nene doesn't care. Nene cares about Nene, and Nene want to go out and do her. Okay? You know, she wants to enjoy her life. She don't want to be hampered down by Gregg. That's why she's in New York most of the time, and he's in Georgia. What kind of marriage is that? But while Nene allegedly had a fling, Gregg allegedly also pursued a side piece of his own right under Nene's fixed nose. A source told us Gregg propositioned a former Swag Boutique store manager, Juanita Marshall, because he was looking for companionship. The source said they saw a flirty text from Gregg to Marshall that allegedly said, "Oh my gosh, you're so beautiful. I never saw anyone as beautiful as you." Nene was always gone doing her own thing, so he gave Juanita an offer. A source added if she played her cards right, he would pay for her mortgage and give her a monthly allowance. However, when Page 6 spoke to Marshall, she denied that she and Gregg had anything more than a business relationship. Gregg never propositioned me, the 31-year-old told us. I was a store manager, so I talked to him just like her other managers from her other locations talked to him. According to a source, when Nene heard about the rumors of a romance between Marshall and Gregg, the reality star immediately picked up the phone and confronted her husband, who allegedly admitted to the romance being a long time ago. Nene said, "You're done," and hung up the phone, source said, claiming that the Real Housewives star fired Marshall and anyone else at the store who knew about the alleged affair. She also allegedly made them sign non-disclosure agreements. So yeah, this has truth to it if she did that. "I left willingly because at the time it was just out of hand," Marshall argued in a statement to us. "It was too much drama for me, so I decided not to stay. I walked away from the position." Nene opened up about this heated discussion on Lip Service podcast, saying she called Gregg and that he went insane when she questioned him about Marshall, making Nene think Gregg was admitting to guilt. First off, you two talked about an open relationship, Nene. Once you open Pandora's box, there's no way of closing it. This is how these married women are. These married women always create lanes for themselves to do dirt, but when their husbands do it, now all of a sudden he's the worst thing ever. But what about what you've been doing? Just because you ain't got caught don't mean you ain't doing it. You're just a lot smarter about it. But you see, us as men, we tend to get sloppy when we're dealing with women outside relationships and marriages, because we're balancing the emotions of another woman, which can be very difficult if you're married. But you got Nene, who can go from this guy to that guy and it really be nothing. It's just a hookup. That's all it is. He going about his business, she's going about hers. That's all it is. That's why it's easier for women to do this, because they're dealing with dudes who their emotions aren't involved. That's why women pick the guys that they mess around with. They choose them very carefully. They want to know that guy is going to be discreet, and they want to know that he's not going to be able to come around and say, hey, I did this or that. Nene is doing her, trust me, because her whole attitude is she deserves what she has, you know? Again, she is an alpha female. So she's going to look at things as, if she's the one who's making the money and has the fame, then she's deserving of the lifestyle that she wants. This woman did not leave willingly. She left because Nene was getting on her about this situation, and she didn't want any part of it. Gregg is a lonely older man who has nobody, because again, Nene is off doing her. The only time he probably see her is when it's time to film. But once the filming is over, she goes back to doing what she does. She probably got a different dude in a couple of different cities, knowing Nene. She was ready to walk away when the dude was dealing with his cancer. She was ready to walk away. And for her to act like it was such a bad thing that, you know, he may be seeking, you know, companionship, quote unquote, because we already know it was more than that. But what about what you doing, Nene? You was dating other men at points during the marriage when y'all separated. And then you brought up wanting an open relationship because you wanted to create lanes for yourself. You said that you don't care what he does as long as you don't know about it. The same thing goes for you. You can't tell me this woman has just only been with Gregg. Come on now. We all know that that's not true. Nene has done her dirt, but she is not going to admit to it. You know? Nene also said on the podcast that after Gregg allegedly got caught, Gregg told her he spoke to Marshall because Nene wasn't there for me to talk to. That is sad. That is absolutely sad. And that's where a lot of these older men are. These women who get married young, and they get married to an older man after about 15, 20 years. Once the kids have gotten older and they're out the house, she's going to want to have fun again. She's going to want to get on Instagram and attention slower. She's going to want to go to the club. She's going to want to travel and do the things that she really couldn't do before then.